Hey, this is Robert with Stay at Home Dad. So I've been getting some messages about dinners, so I thought I would make one. Actually, this is going to be my lunch. It's in the middle of the day, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So this is a really simple recipe, just pork chops, asparagus, and potatoes. And the great thing about this is a really good base. You can mix and match this however you want. You can use broccoli, you can use string beans, you can use pasta with it, chicken or fish. It's very, very versatile. So let's go ahead and get started. I have this asparagus here, and I normally do about 6 asparagus spears per person. So what you want to do is you want to hold the asparagus at the end right here and just snap it off, and that woody part is going to snap off easily, and just toss that aside. Now what you're left with is kind of a snarled up piece like that. So just go ahead and line them up and get a sharp knife in about a 45-degree angle. Go ahead and just take off a little bit so they look a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and do all these. Alright, and that is what you're left with. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, and we're going to I'm going to boil these for about a minute and a half max. Now these are little baby white potatoes. They're excellent for this. So we're going to take them right here and just put in a little salt and pepper right on the top. Alright, that's really nice. Alright, so take a pork chop. Take the pork chop out about a half an hour, 45 minutes before you cook it. It cooks much faster that way. So we're going to salt the top, and a little bit of pepper, and oh, no, not that one. Johnny's seasoning. This is a Caribbean. This is excellent. If you can find Johnny's around your area, please do so, because it's really good. So we're going to flip that over and do the exact same thing. A little bit of salt and pepper. And Johnny's as well, and just go ahead and rub that in. I'm going to do both sides, and I like doing this on a plate because it captures everything on here. Don't want to leave anything on there. Alright, so that water is already boiling, and be sure you salt the rind as well. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Pork chop, cut the rind like that so it doesn't fold up. Alright, and I'm going to take just a little bit of coconut oil in the pan, not a whole lot. I'm going to let that pan warm up, and right now that water's boiling, so I'm going to take the asparagus and throw it in there. Leave it in there for about 1.5 minutes. Alright. Okay, so it's been about a minute. Been letting that warm up, and I'm going to take the asparagus out and put this immediately into ice water. And let's see, I'm going to get this out of here. Turn that off. This has been going pretty well. And just let this sit in there just for a couple minutes. So this pan is nice and warm. You don't want it scalding hot, because you don't want to, or burning hot, smoking hot, because you don't want to scald the pork chop. So just get that in there, and you've been sitting. Put them right there, and let's see, my spoon. And put a little bit of butter in there. and some garlic, some freshly cut garlic. And we're just going to leave this pork chop on there for about maybe 30-45 seconds. Throw a sprig of thyme in there as well. Thyme and pork chops go very, very nicely together. Alright. And that looks good. And that's what you're going to end up with. Right there. And then just kind of tilt the pan and start basting the pork chop. Keep that hot and nice and moist. And that butter and oil and thyme really are doing its job. That looks good. So I'm going to take a hot pan out of the toaster oven. I'm going to take a couple sprigs of thyme, put that on there. Take the pork chop and along with everything else, and that thyme really spits too, so you need to be careful with that. Get that juice under there. Alright, put it in the toaster oven, and this is only going to take about 5 minutes or so on 350. Alright, so our pan is hot. Once again, a little bit of olive oil. Take the potatoes, just put them in there, 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, and just go around in a clockwise way. Let that go in there. Add a little bit of butter. There's a little oil in there, so the butter's not gonna scorch or burn. All right. Take some minced garlic, put that in there. And give that a good mix. And just kind of let that sit on there because want the potatoes to crisp up a little bit. Okay, so these have been on there just for a few seconds, and go ahead and flip them over. You can see they're nice and crisp. And the garlic is being nicely roasted as well. Alright, just kind of put in there, tilt the pan. Just going to get all of that in there. And at the very end, what I'm going to do is throw a little bit more thyme in there with that. Like I said, when you put fresh thyme in there, it spits. So you need to watch out for that. And the great thing about potatoes is you can let them sit off to the side. And they'll stay nice and crispy. So take my other pan. Again, a little bit of olive oil. And with this, let that pan heat up just for a second. I'm going to throw the asparagus in there. Alright, so we're going to take the asparagus. The pan is heated up. I'm going to put that in there. Again, a little bit more butter. Yes, I do like butter. Salt and pepper. And a couple pinches of minced garlic. Throw it all in there and just let that Let that go very nicely. The reason that you put it in the ice water is to stop it from cooking. And I'm just slowly releasing the water out of here. So the potatoes are staying warm in the cast iron pan, and the pork chop is almost done. Like I said, it takes about 5 minutes to do that. So let's get a fork. These look really, really good. And at the very end, a couple red pepper flakes as well. Just a few. Give it a little kick. Mix that all in there, and then let's go ahead and try it. That tastes good. Alright. So let's get a plate. And bring out the pork chop. And you know that the pork chop is finished when you can press on it and it's firm. It's okay to have it a little pink too. You know, medium well is good. So you take the asparagus, put 2 of them down right on the plate, and then 2 across. Two across like that. I'm going to get that garlic in there. Take the pork chop. You can discard the thyme. Put that right on there. All right, and then the potatoes. Bring the potatoes over. Ooh. And put them right on there. Let's get yeah, that's a better one. Let's do that. Just gonna plate it up nicely. Flip all of them over. The right way. Get that thyme and garlic. Just kind of sprinkle it on there. Then take a spoon, bring this over, gonna drizzle just a little bit of juice and get that roasted garlic on there as well. A little bit on the pork chop, some on the potatoes, and then just go around the plate. Alright, and that is a very, very good, delicious, easy, quick dinner. Pork chops, asparagus with roasted potatoes. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Robert. Man, getting over a cold here. And you see my video on the sore throat thing, if you haven't checked that out. Anyway, I'm Robert, Stay-at-Home Dad. And thanks for watching. I'm going to eat this now. Have a good day. Bye.